All right, so before we were talking about kind of the, what business development was and laying the groundwork, and now we're going to get to all of the things that are really, really hard to measure, things that are, a lot of people, and I like to call kind of the soft skills. But just because they're soft, that doesn't mean that they're not important. They're actually the key differentiator between a business development person that just kind of fills the role and somebody who is amazing at it. So there's quite a few of these, and we'll dig into these kind of one by one. The first of which is negotiation. So there's just kind of some tips and tricks and things that I picked up along the way that you need to know about negotiation. Now, obviously, negotiation is a topic all in itself. It's a huge topic, and there's a lot to know. And a lot of that is going to come from trial and error and doing certain things. But this is kind of what I've picked up so far. So let's kind of dig in this and learn a little bit more about negotiation. So the first thing is to realize that negotiation is just a game. Okay, and the person that you're negotiating with, as hard as they're playing, they know that it's a negotiation as well. It's a game. So have fun with it. Don't be too serious. There is nothing more obnoxious than dealing with somebody who thinks that they are an amazing, amazing negotiator and take it way too seriously. So just have fun with it. Know that it's a game, and just keep that in the back of your mind. Everything will go so much smoother, and you'll have a lot more fun doing this when you're actually negotiating. Don't convince, help. Now, a big piece of negotiation is understanding what drives a company. What is their reason for engaging in this negotiation and this relationship with you? So you have to make sure that you understand that first. And once you understand that, you're not convincing them. If you're doing a deal worth having, a negotiation, it should never be a convincing. A negotiation should always be, hey, how can I help you get to where you want to go? How can I help your business get to where you want it to go? As well as helping our business get to where it wants to go. So you should never be convincing. So if you start feeling that you are trying really, really hard to convince during a negotiation, you're probably going down the wrong path, and it's probably not going to be a deal that's worth doing. So recognize that. Keep an eye out for that. Don't make the first offer. This is great in theory, but in a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. But if it comes down to a point where you're choosing between should I make the first offer or should I wait and let them make the first offer, always err on the side of not making the first offer. Know when to shut up. This is really, really huge. That a lot of people they love talking, and there's times when talking is really, really good, and a lot of times the most important skill of a negotiation is listening. Listening for the things that they are saying to you and making note of them, even the slightest of details, because those are the things that it's going to help a negotiation go through and finish. So don't talk so much. Just listen, and you'll find yourself in a much better position. And know when to walk. There's an acronym called BATNA that basically is describing just this. We don't need any of those fancy acronyms. Just simply, when you go into a deal or when you go into a negotiation, have in the back of your mind, if it gets down to this point, I got to walk because it just doesn't make sense for our business. So have that in the back of your mind. Know when to walk, and be okay with walking. That's completely fine. So that's negotiation, at least from a very high level. We'll dig into some of the other soft skills here in a bit.